What is it called? A cathedral hull?
Cathedral hull.
Yeah, and it's for stability.
It gives you stability, but also because you've got those two arches, if you're going at high speed, you can get air coming through that part, which then gives a bit of lift, and then it's just the keel and the two outside ribs that's actually going to be hitting the water. So it can actually pull air down. It could actually get air going down through that if you're going at high speed. I'm talking about the speed.
He's got a 70 on it. A 70.
Yeah, well that's what
70 horsepower. Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked. What I wanted to see, your boat. Show me your boat. Your boat. Anyone. Whichever one you like.
Well, I don't know which ones I've got still on here.
The ones you usually show me. I'm gonna pause. Oh, we're back in.
So these. That's my yacht. So that's a 22-foot Hurley. It's a Hurley 22. That was it when I first bought it.
Wow.
And it was like that all over. It was in a very dilapidated state.
Can you flip your phone case round? So just so I ain't got your cards in there. I'm trying not to film your cards.
It's only a bus pass. Don't matter.
Cool.
It's only a bus pass. Sad. I'll put it back the other way because it seems to be better that way. Yeah. So as you can see, if you look at the hatches are a right mess. Yeah. And the hatches on the Hurley 22, what it was a plastic film that looked like timber, which was then there was a resin then covered over it, so it was a plastic film, resin covered. Yeah, you can just see parts of what would have looked like timber there, but it's just a film. But it's all rotted away and come away. So, and that was the state it was in. Tillers knackered, split, totally gone. So when I asked about that one, I got it for 200 quid because it was scrap. It was going to be chopped up. Yeah, it was inside it was worse than that. Every bit of timber on the boat was rotten, every single piece.
Wow.
So I ended up then doing my own woodwork. So that's the seating.
Lovely. Beautiful.
So there was the seating that was going inside there.
Yeah, nice. That's actually similar to my man's. Wicked.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it. Mate, this is the main one of the boat. So it's like, for instance.
And this is the flying shoulders.
Yeah. So the gunwale rail, which is the top edge of the boat. Yeah, this is where you'd normally walk around the side of the boat. So that's the gunwale rail, and that's damage that somebody tried repairing. Yeah. So it looked as though there might have been some possible cracks in the hull here, but when I actually took all this paint off, there was no cracks in the hull. It actually come alongside probably and smashed into the side and took a big divot out of the side of the hull. Looking at the top, that's what the top of it was like. So a big chunk was taken out of it. So that was one of the repairs, one of hundreds of repairs that I had to do.
Show me it looking nice now, Tazza, because we're getting up to 5 minutes now.
All right. So that's taking it all out. Yeah. And that's what it was like on the top.
Yeah, it was battered. Show me it looking spanking now, Tazza.
That's it, filled. That's the inside starting to be done. That's the outside done. Can't even see it. That's the inside done. You can't even see it. Gone. As the rest of the gunwale rail is totally repaired. And I had literally hundreds of jobs that I had to do on the boat. All this woodwork I've done myself. It was a massive undertaking.
Look at that.
All the inside was rotten, but you know, this is what it was like inside. Everything was gone. I had to totally strip it down. All that I had was the deck and the hull. There was nothing. There was nothing any good. But there's you know, this is called a chain plate. This is where the rigging actually attaches on the deck for the mast. So it's called, you know, so that's called one of the chain plate fixings, which had to be taken out because the timber that was in there was rotten, and the screws that was in there was eaten away from electrolysis. So this is from charges in the atmosphere.
Wow.
Coming down the mast, down the cables, then going through the hull to the sea. So this was electrical activity on the screws, and that's what happens.
Completely eating them away.
Yeah. So everything had to be done. It was a complete and utter rebuild. There's old chain plates. There's new chain plates, repaired. I've learned over the years on this boat and through two other boats I had, I have learned absolutely shitloads, loads and loads. There's one just to prove that I was doing the boat. That's the gunnel rails in process. The rubbing strakes. But there's so much I could show you. So much.
Have you got a few more pictures of the boat? Blast through the that Childers that you showed me then. Fire through them because you've got a few more pictures of the.
There's a finished gunnel rail. So it's fitted to the boat, and the screw holes are actually plugged with timber as well. So you can see where the screw holes are, but they're plugged with timber.
Beautiful.
Absolutely spot on the way a boat should be. That's the bulkhead. New bulkheads, which are actually perfect fit to the boat, to the hull, and that was called spiling. To do that, you use a process called spiling. That's making the walk-through way. How you manage to do an arch, which I'd done myself. That's the arch cut out. That's the cupboards and shelves in the bow section, which was all rotten away and gone. These are new ones I fitted in myself. Port and starboard. That's how I was constructing the seats. This is construction of one of the hatches covers. This is the lazaret, which is the one at the stern of the boat. It's called the lazaret. So this was hardwood that I actually fabricated. And that's the finished lazaret hatch. And each one of these hatches took a lot of work. That's another one.
Look at that. Beautiful, man.
Yeah, so that's your forward hatch. This is the companion way, the walkway going into the boat. Different timbers to make it look really pretty. Absolutely stunning.
It's mint, that, isn't it?
Absolutely perfect. If it was going across the other way, it looked like a chessboard, you know. These was the runners that I had to make for the hatchway, to run in the hatchway. I had to make my own, braze them. This would work on the deck, so that was where the compass was going. Bracket for the compass, I had to manufacture that bracket to take the compass. That's the compass in place. That was another cocker I'd picked up for it. This was just fixing up shelving and everything, making the cupboard spaces, drawers that I fitted in there.
Wow.
It's just, this is the electrical section.
Yeah,
this is all the
look
electrics.
at this.
So this was electrical boxes that I fitted in. Loads of electrics. There was nothing in there left in the boat when I'd done it, or when I got the boat. So that's the electrical system. Well, that's just the connection, one of the connection areas. The other one is inside the box. So that's, again, connection area.
You've wired all of that. You've
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Let's have a little. Go back to it a sec so I can get just a better look at that. Okay, this is the focus on the phone's a bit whack.
These are the lights I've done, but I converted them to LED lights. So that's the same as what I give you for your tyre machine. It's one of those.
Yeah.
There's the side of that box. There's the switches on it.
Amazing.
This is just. This is called. This is. I know you're gonna have to stop. This is
No,
called.
it's all right. This is amazing. But
This
I
is
think when you
called a
do your
strong
finger,
board.
it does the master of
Oh,
focus. Yeah,
right,
it does
sorry.
a crazy focus thing. I think.
This is. Oh shit! I've lost it now.
That's all right though. You know.
That there is the strong board. It's the board that's in the roof of the boat, in the cabin roof, which strengthens the actual roof. So you can see there that inspection showed it was rotten away. So I then had to take this out. So using a Dremel and a little cutter, cut the fiberglass around, removing the strong board. That's what it's called. It's called a strong board. Making a new strong board out of hardwood, and fitting the new strong board, then fiberglassing the new strong board. This is the stern of the boat, and so you got your tiller tube at the back there. You can see it vertical, and these 3 studs you can see are rotted away. That's holding the skeg, which is the bottom hinge bracket for the rudder. It's called a skeg. So I had to repair that. So the skeg, I took out the 3 studs that was in there. You can see where they are, there, and there. And I replaced them with stainless steel. The skegs was 10mm. I've changed them to 12mm stainless steel. Fitted 4 of them in there. That's the new one in place. That's the skeg on the outside of the boat. So the front of the boat's that way. This is making the tiller, so you can see the shape of it. And they have the hard piece wood. That's the carving of it. That's the tiller in place. Brand new tiller.
Beaut. Now show us a picture of the boat looking lush, like the whole thing. So we need to do another video on this with you have to make a proper actual video and put the photos in, because this is not doing it justice. Yeah, that's the bad boy. And what was it? Flying Shoulders.
She was originally called Flying Shoulders.
Flying Shoulders.
I researched the name, and the only thing I could find was reference to a racehorse in the late 1700s, early 1800s. And it was a thoroughbred that had never lost any of its Grand National races. It went in 6 or 7 races and won every single one of them outright.
Wow.
And then it was retired. So
Flying Shoulders.
I believe, because when you think about it, a yacht pounding through the waves, you could imagine like a racehorse pounding through going galloping away.
Yeah, that's it.
So I would imagine that that's what it got its name from. The only other reference to Flying Shoulders was a tugboat in London. I think it was a tugboat in London called Flying Shoulders, but it wouldn't have been named after a tug. So it's more than likely the horse. You know, hence why the stern of the boat had a horse on the stern, on the actual the stripe that went down the side of the boat, and I can't find the one showing it at the moment. There's hundreds of pictures here of the total rebuild. Oh, there you go, look. There's the horse I put on the back of it, indicating that she's called Flying Shoulders, referencing the horse racing, galloping away.
And you know the fiberglass on the outside of the boat, have you done that?
Yeah.
You can see the beautiful, the paint and the...
I've done all the painting.
That is it. Flying Shoulders, I think.
And I've done the painting with a roller.
Go.
Not sprayed, I've done it with a roller.
Wow. Needs a video in itself, this one, 100%.
Yeah, there's the outboard I had. £1,300 outboard. When I sold the boat, I could only get £1,000. The engine cost me £1,300. The engine they got 300 quid off, and the boat was for nothing. That's how much I lost on it. And I put 5 years, every single weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and every holiday day for 5 years to rebuild that. And that was out of a passion, wanting to have it for retirement. she was a stunning looking boat. I never got a chance to actually go in her as such, you know. But yeah, it's a long story, and there's just so much I could go on about it. And this is just one of the boats I've had. So I've had a 22-foot. Sorry, I've had a 25-foot boat that you normally see on the Broads. That had twin diesel engines, and I done loads of work on that, converting it, putting lots of other equipment on it, forward sonar or forward seeking sonar, so you could see 300 foot ahead of the boat before you even got to that position. Because standard echo sounders only show history. By the time it sent the signal down to the seabed and it comes back up and then receives that signal and displays it, you've already moved forward X amount of feet. So you're seeing history, you're not seeing what you're coming up against. So you need a forward sonar that looks ahead of the boat, and that one scans, it scans from vertical to horizontal on sea level. And it gives you an image looking at the side view of the boat, showing anything that's ahead of you up to 300 feet.
Mad.
So it's like a radar. It's like a radar.
Would you have another boat?
Only if I had a lottery win, I would get another one, but it would be like a Princess.
Oh, you go like.
I would want a 40 to 80 footer.
Big thing.
And I could control that, no trouble.
Could it be what if it was could it be one that you have to fix up? Or you want a new one?
It would have to be ridiculous money that you got to do it.
Yeah.
The flying childers probably cost me about 3,000 to 4,000 to do it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost all of that and everything that went into it. When you think as well that you're going across the bridge for 5 years, all the time paying bridge money, petrol money.
Yeah, those bits that you were saying.
I had to pay rent in the yard, £80 a month in the yard, and I just lost everything.
Ah, it's all right, man. It's all right. Yeah. So you would have a boat again. Well, that's the Flying Childers, but we'll do another video with the a proper one that I'll actually give.
The first one I had was a Seamaster.
Give the actual
Seamaster 25, and after that, I then had a small Hurley 18.
Hurley 18.
And both of those boats I'd done extensive work on, the same as Flying Childers, and I got pictures of that lot as well. You know, it's.
Yeah, we'll do the proper video. So this was just a little one. So we'll round them up there, Tazza. But that's just a little bit of the bit of history on Tazza's boats there.
Yeah.